Hey, what's going on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of Coach D Media. Now, you know I do with Coach D Media. I talk about all things combat sports related, from the highs to the lows. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Today, we're going to talk about UFC 307, how the main event went down. It was, Pereira versus Rountree, and what's my take, right? Basically, my take is very, very simple. I ain't trying to make it complicated. I ain't trying to throw stuff in there that ain't there. It was a good big man versus a good smaller man. Really, that's all there is to it, right? It was skill set versus skill set, right? Who was the better kickboxer? And that's apparently what Rountree wanted, right? He looked at Pereira as a obstacle to solve. Not so much a fight, in my opinion, how I watched it. Because he didn't make it a mixed martial arts match. He made it a kickboxing match. Why? Why? When somebody of that high a level as Pereira is, he's a high level kickboxer who got into mixed martial arts, right? So I would think your biggest way to win is to fight him as a mixed martial artist and not so much as a kickboxer or Muay Thai, how you want to look at it. Right? But that's what he did. So my only conclusion as a guy who wants to fight another guy is I want to see if I can beat this guy in his wheelhouse, right? Because that's my wheelhouse, right? I'm not that much of a mixed martial artist as much as I am a Muay Thai specialist or kickboxer, right? So he said, hey, let's see if I can solve this problem. And he just couldn't, right? Because once the fight got going, he realized I can't stand in front of this guy. The guy's too big. He got longer reach, right? I got to expend more energy to get in than he has to do to get into me, right? So I have to keep this level and pace up for 5 rounds if I want to have any shot at beating him. And some of the judges had Rountree winning some of the rounds. It's just keeping it up for 5 rounds and not get cracked in the process. Because you see, by the 4th round, he was out of gas. And Pereira picked it up and it started bodying him up, man, right? So it wasn't that complicated of a fight. Right? When you look at it and you break it down in simple terms, right? Because Rountree should have made it a mixed martial arts match. At least feint at it to make Pereira pause for a second to where maybe his speed could have played a factor. If you made Pereira pause for a second and then you do what you were doing, then good. But when Pereira had all his eyes on Rountree doing whatever and he didn't have to make any adjustments, yeah, he gonna body Rountree up, right? Over time, he just gonna get him. Simple as that, and that's what he did. He just bided his time, wasn't spending no special, extra energy. When Rountree had all the energy in the first couple of rounds, he was making it work, outpointing him and so on, but couldn't maintain it. It really is just simple as that. Rountree goes, let me see if I can solve this problem, and couldn't do it, which made Pereira look that much better, made him look such, a phenomenal fighter, such a, all that extra crap, where he just didn't have to work as hard as Rountree. That's all it was. He didn't have to work to connect. He didn't have to work to push the pace. He didn't have to work to do anything. All he had to do was stay in front of Rountree and connect when Rountree stopped moving. What else? What else was there? He didn't have to worry about no takedowns. He didn't have to worry about no submissions. He didn't have to worry about being pushed up against the cage. He didn't have to worry about nothing other than standing in front of him and being a counter striker or wait till Rountree stop moving. That's it. That's all. Simple as that. It's not really that complicated. Other than that, it was a great fight, right? Sorry Rountree got bodied up like he did. Bleeding. Some of his pictures were like, shit. All right. But like I said, it made Pereira look way better than the fight actually was, right? It was a very simple match. It wasn't really that complicated. I ain't trying to throw shade against neither fighter. It's just, when you look at it, as it is, for where it was, they were in a mixed martial arts cage, and all they did was stand up. Why? For the fans? For Dana White? Or a test as 2 fighters who are kickboxers and Muay Thai specialists? That's the only thing I can see. And then the bigger, better kickboxer won. What else can you say? All right, it is what it is. All right, that's all I got. I want to throw it out there like that because, yeah, I was like, okay, how am I going to explain this to make it seem like I ain't trying to hate, right? But it's really just that simple. It really is. All right, this is Coach D doing what I'm doing, calling it like I see it, talking my share of shit. To hear from me again, peace out.